It's on. Good afternoon. Yeah, I know most people are online, right? So we don't have that yell, but I'm still saying good afternoon to all of you. Good afternoon. Thank you. That was very good. I'm going to work with that. So, welcome to the UCC Recruitment and Enrollment Department's pre-registration forum. We're going to be hearing from a number of departments this afternoon that is going to make you a lot more comfortable with your registration process, just so that you're a bit more familiar and you're acclimatizing yourself better with the way we do things here at UCC. Also to give you a bit of the culture and so that you don't feel like you're alone on your own, but you're here at home with us at UCC. So we're going to have a short address by our Director of Recruitment and Enrollment Department, Mrs. Andrea Ray.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tuller. Thank you. I want to say thanks to our moderator. So again, welcome everyone to those we have here in the lecture theater and to those joining us online. So a warm welcome this afternoon. As Mr. Tuller mentioned, my name is Andrea Ray, Director of Recruitment and Enrollment. And this afternoon, I do have the privilege and the pleasure of welcoming you to our pre-registration forum. All right, so the purpose of the forum this afternoon is to, as Mr. Toller mentioned, just acclimate you to UCC. You'll get a very good insight as to the registration process. So we have our admissions team here who will talk to you a little bit more about that process. Then we will have our registry team generally will talk about more about the student management system. And then, of course, we have our academic team talking to you about academic advisement, what things look like for you in terms of course selection, and talk to you more about that journey towards graduation. And then we'll have our finance team. Our able finance team, talk to you a little bit more about your financial options. And then we have our partners, the Student Loan Bureau, and they'll talk to you more about the various options. And I'm sure Chevron will tell you about the exciting changes that we now have at SLB. And not to steal his thunder, but no guarantors required. All right, so I'll leave the rest, the exciting part over to SLB to tell you more about that, but it will give you a great insight into what to expect as you register at this noble institution. So sit back, relax. This promises to be a rewarding event, a rewarding session. So sit back, relax, and we will leave the question and answers towards the end. All right, so again, this is an informative session, and I do hope that you'll enjoy. Over to you, Mr. Moderator.
Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Ray. Thank you for that. Brief but spicy, and we will take it. Without further ado, it is my esteemed and distinguished pleasure to welcome to the podium at this time the president of the UCC, Dr. Professor Giles.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tolo. Ladies and gentlemen, all, good afternoon. Thank you all so much for joining us today for this pre-registration forum, both in person here in our lecture theater and those who are joining us online. We are very happy that you have seen it fit to access the suite of information that is being provided to you today by all our various teams who have made themselves available to share with you to ensure that your registration will be smooth, and easy. I want to say to you that we have prepared a program for you to ensure that all the relevant information that you need is at your fingertips. UCC is a dynamic institution. We are the largest and fastest growing private tertiary institution in Jamaica. And there's a reason for that, because UCC provides flexible opportunities for study that will enable you to realize your dreams. We want to ensure that you have the right opportunity with the right courses that allow you to be marketable, coming from a fully accredited institution. And so you can be assured that with the programs that we offer, any one of them that you choose, it is accredited and it is recognized not only in Jamaica, but internationally. Now, I know that many of you find it a challenge to meet your financial obligations. And so we are pleased with the recent announcement by the government of Jamaica that you will not require guarantors to access the student loan facility. And I want you to take advantage of this opportunity, because I know for many of you, you might not have been able to identify guarantors readily, and this has been a deterrent for many persons. But here you have the right opportunity. And we have our representative here from the SLB who will make sure you understand the different options that are available to finance your education. We want to assure you that financing your education is an investment. It's an investment in yourselves. Many of us have no difficulty accessing loan facilities to purchase a car, a home, or other important things. But what about investing in yourself? The education that you gain allows you to be able to earn more. It allows you to be able to better take care of yourselves and your financial obligations going forward. And so it is worth it. And so I want to say to you, with the information that you are going to get today, make sure you utilize it and seize the opportunity right away. Do not put off or postpone your education. UCC offers the flexibility that allows you to work while studying. And so that provides an opportunity to be able to maintain a healthy work-life balance. So while you're working to meet your normal obligations, you are investing in yourself, improving your skills so that you are more marketable. And so that is what we are here for. That is what we are about. We are here to ensure that you can access the opportunities that we provide, and to do so in a way that is comfortable for you, to allow for seamless progression through the system so that you can register easily and progress onto your studies and complete them successfully. Coming up next month will be our commencement ceremony where those who would have gone this route will be receiving their certification. And I want you from now to think of that occasion when you would have finished everything and you see the world opened before you. Let that be your motivation to be attentive, utilize the information, and make it work for you. So once again, thank you for being a part of this information session, and we look forward to seeing you as fully registered students of the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Professor Giles. Always a pleasure having you here. Strong leadership and in focus. So, everybody understanding UCC so far? Hopefully, the culture is kind of onboarding on you while you're in this pre-onboarding process. Yes? Okay, great. So, we're going to look at a couple of the things because as a recruiter myself, one of the things that I find students have a problem with is how they interact with our portal, our system. How do you come in to UCC? What can I expect? How do I expect to get it done? And typical Jamaican culture, we tend to blame the university first, right? It has nothing to do with the university some of the times, but because we get so frustrated, we are blaming the university. So the recruitment and enrollment department scheduled this to make sure you don't have to cost the university. You just understand perfectly how you get into our system. So a couple of the things you can look forward to, right? We're going to get into eventually understanding the university's application process. A lot of people get confused online when they get online. Some people come in and not sure exactly what they're coming in here to do. Them just know they must turn up at the university. To do what? They don't know. So we're going to have a presentation and that's going to give you a full overview of the university's application and admittance process. That will be done by the admittance office. Now, I'd like you to take out your pens, your pencils, your paper, whatever it is that you're going to use to write down anything that might jump at you throughout this presentation, because you're going to need to know, you're going to forget. You need to have this information at your fingertips. So understand this. One of the most frustrating things is when you don't understand the student management system. Now, what do I mean by that? Online registration, how to set up your Gmail account. Yes, as a student here, you get a Gmail account. How to access and use the Arian registration portal. What is Arian? All right, you're going to find that out too. Now, even when you know how to get in, there's still going to be problems. You know why? It's man-made. Yes, internet, believe it or not, as super as it is, it's man-made. So you'll have to know how to troubleshoot those problems as well. And also introduction to Moodle. Now we're still, even though that we're phasing back into the face-to-face phase, we're still doing the blended where a lot of things are still online. And the platform that we use for this is Moodle. So we're going to go into what Moodle is and how to navigate yourself around that platform. Also, academic advising and course selection, something that you must go through. And we all feel like we know it all and we can handle ourselves and we're independent and we can do whatever we can do, but little advice, a little guidance, all of that, it goes a very, very far way. So you're going to hear an overview of how the university's registration process is. They'll advise you along your career path, along your course path, and the selection of your courses. Also, we want to look at the role of the academic advisors that will be in your lives for the next 3-4 years of your school tenure. Tips for course selection, building a class schedule, advising on how to balance your course load. Because if you're a full-time student, you can take up to 5 courses. If you're part-time, we don't usually advise that you take more than 2 to 3 courses at a time. Module selection. No. So we've gotten through Just want to acknowledge the Dean at this time. Good Dean of Admissions. Hello, Dr. Marlene. Good to have you and team. We'll be getting to you shortly. However, I do want to talk about financial planning. We're going to actually talk to you about financial planning. At UCC, we have various ways to attack your finances towards your tuition support services. You're not alone. We are here with you. We are definitely on your side. There is support, support, and more support. You're going to get that presentation as well, scholarship opportunities, information on student employment opportunities, even overseas work and travel opportunities, right? Some testimonials, and then of course we wrap it all up with the question and answer segment after, in case the presentation went and some things passed you, you want to clarify and be sure we're going to go over it. But at this time, I would like to welcome the admissions office department, Dr. Marlene and Miss Omika Baker and team.
Hi, good day, everyone. For the purpose of the admissions presentation today, we are going to do it in the form of a television show. So I am your host, Marlene Roach, and welcome to Jam Day. You know, it's so lovely. We have so many callers listening in. Some of you are probably having lunch right now, watching us on the television. And today we have the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean with us. And especially, I would like to give a warm welcome to Mrs. Omika Baker, the admissions supervisor. And she's here to share a lot of tidbits for those of you listening online or watching on television and you're thinking, you know what? It is time for me to come back to school and get my degree. So welcome, Mrs. Baker. You look so lovely in your blue and white. I always love interviewing UCC, so welcome.
Thank you, Ms. Roach, for having me. And I'm so excited to tell you guys about the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. So you can go ahead with your question.
Great. And oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot that, you know, we have a live studio audience. It's so new to us. So welcome to those of you who are physically here with us. Give yourselves a round of applause. Well done. So, Mrs. Baker, I will start off with this question. I am sitting at home. What is the first step to applying to UCC?
All right, so you'll be required to go on our website, complete an online application
And the website is?
www.ucc.edu.jm. You'll upload your supporting documents. And after the application is complete, you'll receive a provisional acceptance letter for us, outlining the steps that you need to follow to complete the process.
Okay, so you spoke about supporting documents. What are some of these documents?
All right, so we need certified copies of your academic qualifications, your birth certificates, and a passport size photo. Certification now requires that you take these documents to a justice of the peace or any notary public, or you may take them to any one of our campuses and have an officer who would authenticate these documents to say that they're the original.
Okay, so I'm happy you said that because as grown as I am, I used to still have to go and ask my mother for my birth certificate. You know how our mothers love to raise up their mattress and it's hiding there? So for all of you who are not fully adults, because you're not an adult until you can hold your own birth certificate. So if you don't have your birth certificate, call up your mother, ask her for that birth certificate and all other documents that she may have, get it certified, and bring it into the University of the Commonwealth Caribbean. But if they can't get to a justice of the peace, what other option they have?
Okay, they can take it to a doctor, a lawyer, or they can take it to any one of our campuses island-wide and have an officer sign the document.
Great. So they can come into the office and you guys will certify it for them.
Yes,
So
we will.
no worries. And I'm sure you'll be happy to see their lovely, excited
Oh,
faces.
yes.
Very nice. So my third question, how long does it take for a person to receive an acceptance letter? Because when you want to start school, I don't know about you all, but when you see I apply, whether it's for a loan, a job or whatever, I want a response right away. So tell me about the standards at UCC admissions office and how long my daughter, my cousin, my friend has to wait to get that acceptance letter.
Okay, so presently we aim for 72 hours. However, based on the influx of applications, it may take longer. So what we encourage everyone to do is just give us a call and not just, oh, I submitted my application, I haven't received a response, so that we can process the acceptance package for you.
Yes, and I'm sure this is a very busy time for the admissions office. So it means that if you want a response quickly, what you need to do?
You can call us at 906-3000. We have some extensions. So it's 3957, 3958, 3959, 4084, or 4048.
Right. So we need to get cracking. Fill those application forms. If you're having problems filling it yourself, I'm sure they can call. Is there anybody in maybe the recruitment department who would assist them with filling
Yes,
it?
we have many recruitment officers who will be
Very
happy
good.
to assist. And David Smith, Donna, we have a lot of persons who are more than willing to accept.
So you have no excuse. Either you fill it out yourself or you call and you get assistance to fill it out. So I have one more question for you. After I've received my acceptance package, what do I do next? Because the role ain't finished as yet. The first step is getting accepted.
All right. So when you receive the acceptance letter, there are instructions in the letter that will tell you the documents that we have on file and the documents that are outstanding. There's an attachment with instructions on how to activate your UCC email, your student management system, the tuition structure, and Wi-Fi instructions. So I just encourage everyone to review all the attachments in the acceptance package so that you have all the information that you'll need.
I'm happy that you said I encourage everyone to review because sometimes we get an email and we can't be bothered to open the attachments and the very same question that we call in the school or the bank to ask, you know what? It is right there. So let us open those attachments when we get accepted because we're happy we got accepted and we review the information and we call if we're confused or something isn't clear because there's always somebody on the other end to answer that call or you can send an email.
Yes, you can send us an email at registry@ucc.edu.jm or uccadmissions@ucc.edu.jm.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Baker. Now, I know we don't have much time, but we're going to open up the phone lines for just 3 callers. So I think I have my producer signaling to me. We have the first caller online. Caller number 1, can you hear me?
All right, good day. You hearing me?
Yes, we're hearing you.
All right, so I had started a degree, a bachelor's degree at UE,
Mhm.
but I'm thinking of coming to UCC to finish my program. I wanted to know what is the process for me to transfer my credits to UCC.
All right. So first, I'd like to thank you for choosing UCC. You'll need to request a transcript from UE and have them submitted to our admissions office for evaluation. We during the evaluation process, we verify that the course that you would have completed at the previous institution is similar to what we offer here. And in that case, you'd receive an advanced standing, meaning you won't be required to do that course with us. And based on the credits received, you may be eligible to start at year 2 or in some instances year 3, depending on the credits received.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I'm understanding that we have another call on the line. Caller, welcome to Jam Day. How are you today?
Greetings. How you doing?
I am doing well. What's your name, caller, and where are you calling from?
I'm John Clark. I'm calling from Mandeville.
Okay, welcome, Mr. Clark. So, as you know, we have UCC in the house with us today. So, you can go ahead. Do you have any questions or comments at this time?
Definitely. I have a question, maybe two. I am a 45-year-old in the production field. I have no CXCs and would like to know if I can apply or will I be accepted if I apply?
Okay. So at UCC, we have a place for everyone. Currently, we have the mature entry route. So this is applicable to persons who are over 25 years of age. You have at least 5 years experience in the related field, but you don't have enough CXCs. We encourage persons who fall in this category to apply. There's an interview that's done by our deans, and then you will be advised of the outcome, whether you're accepted or not.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You know, I'm happy with speaking about mature entry because many times persons think that I am too old. I can't go back to school. I missed my time. But I'm happy to know that UCC caters for everybody, whether you just finished CSEC, whether you were working for 10, 15, 20 years, and now the kids are off to school and you're ready to say, you know what, I want my degree. So, viewers, I'm inviting you and encouraging you, don't let this moment pass. Not all institutions have this offer where regardless of where you are at academically, you can get a place in UCC. Okay, time is against us, but we have time for one more caller. Caller, are you there? Can you hear me? Welcome to Jam Day.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, caller, I'm not hearing you too well. Can you speak up?
Hi, good morning.
Well, caller, it's afternoon, eh? You probably just woke up, but we have been up a long time. So good afternoon, sir. Can you state your name and where you're calling from?
Good afternoon, miss. My name is Robert.
Hi, Robert.
And how are you doing?
I am doing well, but you're clearly better than me because your day is just starting.
Okay.
So do you have any questions or comments for UCC today?
Yes, I do. Let's say that I applied for the associate degree and I was accepted and I'd like to change to the bachelor's degree. How do I go about that?
All right. So one of the attachments that you'll receive is a placement offer response form. So we ask that students complete this section declining the offer to the associate degree, and then revisiting the website to complete a new application for the new program that you want to do.
Okay, all right. Thank you for that. I have one more question if you have enough time for that.
Sure, you can go ahead.
Thank you very much. All right, let's say that I was accepted for the bachelor's degree in information technology, and this is my career path. This is the program that I had chosen at first, but due to work circumstances, I'd like to change my career path. And I'd like to change to the Bachelor's of Science in Education. How do I go about that process?
All right, so you can visit the website, the section that says students, and then you'll select documents and forms. There's a transfer request form that's in the list. You'll complete that form and send it to us via email at registry@ucc.edu.jm. And a new acceptance letter will be provided to you with the new program.
If the program has started already and I'm in the IT program, would there be a charge for this transfer? After the program has started, I wish to change.
No, man, this is for new students only.
Okay, thank you very much for that information.
So there's no charge.
Okay.
Okay, thank you so much to our 3 callers. Thank you for choosing Jam Day. To our live studio audience, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to spend some time with us and with UCC. And a special thank you to you, Mrs. Baker. I do wish you the best in this busy period. I know all universities are generally busy, but all the best to your admissions team. And those of you that are out there, I just want to say it again. If you want to go to school, choose UCC. Thanks again. And I am turning over to our producer we have some announcements coming up. Okay, great. Thank you again. Let me hear the round of applause from our live studio audience.
Thank you, Lady Roach. Thank you very, 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 very much. So you see, we're not just an academic institution. Yes, creativity knows no bounds at this moment. Thank you, Lady Roach and team. So remember, I did promise you the SMS onboarding. The presenter is going to be Mr. Maurice Brown, and he's going to give us an overview of the university's online registration system, how to set up your Gmail account, how to access and use the Arian registration portal, troubleshooting common registration problems, and introduction to Moodle. So this is actually going to be an online presentation. So stay tuned.
The Student Management Systems Unit at UCC welcomes you to our presentation on Aorian, the Student Management System SMS for short that we currently employ here at UCC. In today's presentation, we will be going through account activation, course selection and registration, amongst other things. Let's begin. In order to access the SMS, you can enter arian.ucc.edu.jm, or you could go to the website www.ucc.edu.jm and click on the Arian SMS button. Let's begin with account activation. You will enter your 8-digit ID number, and this would have been received in your UCC's acceptance letter. You'll enter your date of birth as indicated. It's 8 digits, starting with month, day, year. You will proceed to scroll down, filling out the required information in the boxes below. Enter your password, following which you'd read the conditions of enrollment. Enter your TRN. Tick the box to indicate that you have read and agreed with these terms and conditions. For persons who do not have a TRN, you can enter a 9-digit number, a random number, preferably 9 zeros. Once that is complete, you will then click the activate button. Once your SMS has been successfully activated, you then return to the home screen, enter your ID number, enter the newly created password and click the login button. This then brings you to your SMS homepage. Once on the homepage, you will see your student email account. This is a Gmail account that was automatically created once your account was created. This Gmail also been activated and it uses the same email, the same password that you created for your SMS account. We will then move now to the registration process. The registration process is a 4-step process. So you click on the registration button, click register for classes. That brings up the registration screen. Now on the left, you will see the open registration periods. For this presentation, we will be using the Spring 2024 undergraduate UCC online registration. Once selected, we'll click begin/continue registration. The registration process is a 4-step process. Step 1 entails selecting your courses. Now, these courses you would have selected and in conjunction with your student advisor on the number of courses that you're selecting for the semester or the period, and also the specific days that you want to do those courses. Now we will do 2 test courses. So there are 2 ways for you to view the courses. You can either scroll down or you can enter the course code in the box provided. You then choose your day and time for the class and you click the reserve button. Once the course has been reserved, you will see the course up here at the top section that says selected courses. We'll then proceed to next step. Now, step 2 is calculation of charges. At this stage, you will see the total cost for the course and all the associated miscellaneous fees. You'll then continue to step 3, and this step is the pay fees option. Now, for students, you have 2 options. If you're making a part payment, your registration course selection process stops here. However, if you choose to pay in full, you will continue to the pay with a debit/credit card option. You then proceed to enter your card information, your billing information, and click the Pay Now option. Once this is complete, your registration process is now completed, and you should receive a message to indicate that your registration has been successfully completed. Let's continue. Other functionalities of the SMS. The SMS allows you to make specific payments online with the pay with a bank card option. We'll also go through how to print your exam permit. And additionally, there are links with information that are very vital and crucial throughout your tenure here at UCC. Ms. Graham will now proceed to introducing you to these sections.
Okay, so in continuation, first we'll go with the pay with bank card. So when you click on that link, it will show you, as you saw earlier, and when you click on types of payments, it shows you all the other additional options in regards to payment methods that you can make at UCC. You just click on the type that you want, fill out information, and then you just pay now, and that transaction will go through. Next, exam permit. So once you click on exam permit, It will bring you to the section where you select the appropriate term. So for now, as we said before, it's spring. The year is 2024. You select the campus. It's either UCC online. And then you will select the schedule type, which is undergrad, and submit. So you have to ensure that you select the correct campus. UCC online, Kingston, Mandeville. If you select the wrong one, then you won't see the permit coming up for you. And if it's not open, then you won't see anything. So you click submit, it's not open right now, hence we didn't see anything, all right? So moving on. Next, we will show you the additional links. So the additional links will tell you information such as the academic calendar, the library resources that we have, the UCC student handbook. This is very important at UCC. All of you are advised to click on this link and to read the student handbook. It will help you out tremendously at UCC.
As a student, it's very vital and important that we read and understand the requirements of being a student. And this information is in the student handbook. So it's very important and crucial that we take time out to read the student handbook. We will now continue. The presentation is coming to a close. So we'll do now some troubleshooting issues. Now, during your account activation, there are two main issues that you will encounter. One, most common, is your ID number or your date of birth does not match. This occurs when you have either entered the incorrect ID number or your date of birth was not correctly inputted as per the format. If none of these two issues are the reason, then the third thing that causes this issue is that your date of birth was not correctly entered in the system when your account was being created at the registry. Whenever an incident occurs like this, you will need to contact the registry for assistance in updating your date of birth. Additionally, the SMS will not allow you to activate your account on your work domain. So for students who attempt to activate on their work domain, you will get an error message. This is not permitted. You will need to activate your RM at your home or on your personal data. Another troubleshooting issue that you may encounter is during the registration process. Now, each student is assigned a catalog. Under that catalog are a list of courses. Now, if you were to select a registration period that does not coincide with your catalog, so for this presentation, we will select Cycle 8, Graduate UCC Online. As you have noticed, you are not seeing any courses being displayed. And the reason for this is that you have selected the incorrect registration period 1, and you are not assigned to a graduate level catalog. So these are a few of the troubleshooting issues that you may encounter during the registration process. Back to additional links, you will notice the UCC Students Help Desk directory. This directory lists the various departments and contact numbers for them in the event that you do need further assistance. The presentation will now bring to a close, and again, we'd like to thank you for your time and welcome you again to UCC. We look forward to a fruitful and event-free tenure here with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. We don't say goodbye though here at UCC. We just say see you a little later.
Good afternoon.
good afternoon too. All right, thank you, Sir Brown. We appreciate that. And you see, I told you that there are some technicalities that we want to make sure that we master so that we can understand. Usually in your preliminary years, it's a little tough, but by year two, you're well on your way. You'd have mastered the system and the platform, and you're well on your way. Now, remember we spoke about academic advising and course selection. We're at that point, but before we get there, just want to say some little notices. All right. Firstly, very proud of you all. There are 251 of you online right now. So we'll be looking forward to that question and answers at the end very soon. And I just want to say, since we've been doing registration opens on the 7th of July. Our orientation day is on the 25th of August, and classes commence on the 8th of September. See, Mrs. Ray actually said that along with me a while ago. That's her birthday as well. So, we'll look into that as that time comes. I'm bringing to the podium right now one of our more esteemed program coordinators with the responsibility for first and second year undergraduate studies, along with journalism and Bachelor of Sciences in Education. Please help me welcome Mrs. Kimian Ray Yun.
Good afternoon, everyone. With such a voice like that, I feel like I was taking off, Right, and I'm thinking now which country I want to travel next. So thank you for your introduction. Awesome. Now, I'll be speaking to you a little bit about career planning, career advice, program coordinator, what we do. Waiting for the slide. All right, so while they're getting that up, let me ask a question. Have you ever been to maybe a hotel and you just walk in and no one there to greet you, just wonder, why am I here? You ever been to a restaurant and no one greets you and say, my name is so-and-so, I'll be your server, you may have a seat. Anyone at all? You ever feel out of place yet? Yes. So we don't want you to feel out of place here at UCC. So we have systems in place. And one of that is program coordinators. So I'm going to share with you who we are. All right, so while we're still sorting that out, let me ask you, what are your programs? What is it that you're doing? Yes? IT? 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 What chair? Okay. Madam, what's your program? Marketing. So you are not left alone. So whatever it is that you decide to do here at UCC, you're not alone. We're here to assist you along your journey. So your journey starts when? Yes, your journey indeed starts the moment you hit that submit application. And we see it and we said, yes, we are now connecting you with someone to assist you along your journey. So once you have an ID number, so once it is that you have an ID number, we are here to connect with you. All right. Now, quick introduction. My name is Kimian Ray Yan, and I represent the undergraduate business and entrepreneurship school. Now, if you're here from IT, that's fine. Your program coordinator is here. The first thing that you need to do is to know who is your program coordinator? Depending on what school you're in, depending on what school is it that you're in, you have a program coordinator. So if it is that you're in marketing, there is Miss Trisha Johnson Henry. If it is that you're in IT, you have Miss Pamela Reed or Craig Wilmot. I don't see it writing down, but you need to know these persons because they are like your pilots, right? They navigate the ship or the plane for you. Now, my apologies. We are getting the slides up. Okay, awesome. We're up and we're running. All right, next slide. All right, my name is Kimian Ray Yan, Program Coordinator for the Undergraduate Business Entrepreneurship School. And with me is Miss Pamela Thomas, and she is a Senior Program Coordinator in the Business Department. Now, I'll be sharing with you just briefly, and my points are the role of academic advisors, program coordinators by school, who they are, understanding your curriculum map, which is very important, the registration process. And I see Marie spoke about the registration process in a little bit about Arion, how to navigate, selecting modules, and of course, we're sharing with you little tips on how to navigate university life. All right, so as was mentioned earlier before, we play a role in your life. You want to get to know us. So if it is that you have any challenges at all, you need to reach out to your program coordinator. We don't want to leave you hanging. And we have our coordinators coming in. You will be introduced to them shortly. All right, so by program, we have 3 specific schools here at UCC, and they are School of Business, Entrepreneurship, and Management. We also have School of Behavioral Sciences, Humanities, and Law, and most of you here are in School of Mathematics, Science, and Technology, indeed. All right, so for the program coordinators that are here in the room, let's go with the top. So School of Business, Entrepreneurship, and Management, we have from the marketing, Miss Trisha Johnson Henry. So get to know her, right? Have her contact information. How we go about that, I'll share with you shortly, but you need to know at least the name. We have Miss Noyland Williamson. And if it is that you are in HR, that's your get to know person. And Miss Thompson Taylor, she's the person who assists persons if it is that you are 3rd and 4th year. Now, if it is that you are in finance, Miss Thomas is your program coordinator. And of course, we have Ms. Chevelle Ilton for the K-13 students who are coming in. IT, hold on. Who is your program coordinator, IT? All right. So get to know the names. If you don't remember anything at all today, I want you to remember two things. One, you must know your program coordinators. And two, I get into that. All right, so we here serve a purpose. No, choosing or changing your program. So the first year or first semester, you may start off with IT or business or marketing, and you say, you know what? I don't think marketing is really my calling, I want to go into digital media or something like that. So we are here to guide you along the process, developing a plan to deal with academic difficulties. Now, what are some difficulties you may think may arise? What are some difficulties? So, of course, that is a challenge because you cannot attend class. Of course, you need to reach out to your coordinators. Another difficulty, you just start school, something happened along the way, and of course, you didn't get to sit your exam. What do? You need to reach out again to your coordinators, and of course, we will guide you on the next step. Now, adding and dropping of classes. Now, this is a key point. You attend class for the first week and you realize, this lecturer is not vibing with me, I need to switch and go to a different class. Now you only have 2 weeks for adding and dropping. Outside of that, you may run into difficulties. You don't want to do it on your own, get advisement from your coordinators. Understanding academic regulations and the procedures. Read your handbook, we say, but of course, sometimes, you have life, you want to go to party and so many things. They don't want to read the book. The book is there as a guide, but the coordinators, they know everything in that book. So they will tell you if it is that, you're out of line and you need to be back on track. Now, applying for leave of absence, something may happen along your career path or journey. Say, for example, you lose a loved one, and you're just not focusing as you ought to. Now, you may want to apply for a leave of absence. How do you get that form? How is it processed? How is it done? How do I get reinstated? We will, guide you along that process also. Applying for transcript. Depending on where you're coming from, maybe you're coming from a different institution and you have gained some amount of credits and you want to transition here at UCC. We're saying you don't have to start from scratch. We can take you depending on where you are, and you will be exempted from some of the courses that you have already done. And the final one is selecting the correct course load. Now, if it is that you are a full-time student, it doesn't mean that full-time students attend classes full-time online. Full-time students do a course load of what? 5 credits per semester. 5 courses per semester. How many credits that? 15. And part-time students do how much? 3. And if it is a GPA is very good and you want to push to 4, then have a conversation with your coordinators. They will advise you accordingly. Of importance, if it is that you're a full-time student and you fall into some financial difficulties, don't just select 3 courses. right? Have a conversation, because sometimes students want to go overseas, and this will impact them when they do less modules per semester, okay? So who you need to contact if you're falling into any difficulties? And if it is you're having a bad day and you just want to have a conversation, who you need to contact? Indeed. Now, I'll share with you about your curriculum map. I hope you're seeing it. Are you able to see it? Sort of, somewhat. What is it that we use as a guide to assist you along the journey is your curriculum map. Think about traveling all the way to Negril and you buck up on different hurdles along the way. We don't want that to happen for you here. So if it is that you're here doing your associates for 2 years or BSc for 4 years, we want to get you out in that time frame. Now, if you don't stick to your curriculum map, chances are you will start to divert and be all over the place. Each school, whether you're from business, IT, or behavioral sciences, you have a curriculum map. Now, what we do here is to have customization maps for you. Now, this is the back and the front of a curriculum map. If you notice on this side, it says non-credit modules for matriculation. If you have either 1 or 2, and I'm slowing down now, in either math, English, or accounts, depending on the program, you can get an exemption, all right? If it is that you have 3, you're expected to do the module, all right? How much more minutes I have? No. Remember, for exemptions, for you to apply for exemptions, that's not coordinators. You need to reach out to the registry department, all right? No. On the curriculum map, there is English for academic purposes. If you have a 3 in CSEC, do you need to do English for academic purposes? Awesome, very good. No, if it is that you have 2, you will be granted an exemption only if you can provide proof. So you will be exempted and therefore you can matriculate and do academic writing 1. The problem occurs when the first semester passes and you don't do the non-credit courses. That's the problem. So if you're a new student, you need to get these things out of the way, the non-credit courses. Any questions? All right, remember now, your curriculum map. So once you have an ID, reach out to your coordinator and ask for your curriculum map. It is customized for you. You cannot borrow her curriculum map because that won't work, all right? Now the registration process. I like how you're not writing because we're in university, so we just depend on memory. I like it, but I'm going to walk you through the registration process. It is not just to go on the Arian system and select your modules, no. So with the guide from your coordinators, your curriculum map, you select your modules for the first semester. And we do semester by semester. So there's semester 1, semester 2, semester 3. Now, you're going to review based on your curriculum map, what is it that you need to do for fall semester? So you're just coming in new. Every student must do orientation to university life, all right? And if it is that you have not received any of the matriculations, you must get that out of the way. So you select your courses. Now you select the modules on Arion. I'll walk you through the selection process shortly. But then you select the modules on Arion and you complete the registration form. Your registration is not complete without payment. And the best person is here to speak to you about that today. But your registration is not complete by just selecting the modules and leaving them there on the Arion platform. When you're through with payment, you again reach out to your program coordinators to say, hey, I've done my payment. Are my modules on Arion? And they will also check for you, right, coordinators? Yes, indeed. All right, so this is a screenshot of the selection process. You go onto the university's website. So you log on to UCC website, you scroll down to latest update. So it's a little red writing that says latest update. You select that and you will see over here now in red your different schools, not schools, your different campuses. So if it is your from Kingston, you'll see Kingston. If it is that you're from Montego Bay, you'll see Montego Bay. All right, and so forth. So these little red things over here is the different campuses. So you select based on your campus, and of course, you submit your course registration form. Now, the coordinators backend will see your submission and approve. If there is a need for a conversation, then they will reach out and give you a call. And I'm down to the wire. We're saying start early. And you're here today, you're here online, which is a good start, of course. All you need to do is to just get started, plan your courses in advance. So once you have an ID number, you can reach out and start that conversation. Consider your time and commitment. We know that there's so many different things that we can do, but we're saying to you, prioritize. Dedicate your time towards school. Sometimes we know it is hard, but just dedicate your time to school, to learning, and to have fun while learning. Utilize online resources. There is the library here. There's the online. Yes, so there is the library here physically if you're in Kingston. If it is that you're online, then there are different online tools that you can use. I think Maurice walked you through selection of modules. It's a little bit fine, so you won't be able to see it right now. But this is the Arion platform that we use to select modules. So you talk, we listen. Now, once you receive your student ID number, it is of importance that you set up a signature. Let me ask you a question. If there's how many persons online? Right. Can you imagine all of those persons sending us a message without the proper identification? We don't know who we're talking to, so we don't know how to help you. So you must write your student ID number, your contact information, your program of study, and your name must be in the signature line of your email. That is the only way we can answer you in a quick, fast manner. If we don't have those information and it is pressing, we can't help you. So help us help you. I won't share with you again about the policies, but I'm saying to you, read your student handbook, all right? There's so much information in it to gain. So how to get in contact with us? We are on Moodle. Under help desk, we all are on Arian. We are also on the UCC website and all campuses. Yes, coordinators are at all campuses. So if it is that you just type UCC help desk, you will be able to locate your coordinators, your program, your coordinators, their contact information. So you can contact us via Ms. Hilton. How can we reach you? Via email, telephone CUG, or in person. Do you take walk-ins? Oh, yes, we do. So you don't necessarily need to set up an appointment with us. Once we're here to assist you because we want your journey to be a peaceful, seamless transition from start to finish. What I want to do is to help you when you're fixing your gown for graduation day. Right. So I leave with you the quote from Eleanor Roosevelt, who says, "The future belongs to those who believe in their beauty of their dreams." So welcome to UCC. Let's have fun while engaging in learning and meeting new friends. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Yan. All right. So the way that sounded sound like I need to come back and do another course, Shelly. What sound to you? Yeah, man, I need another degree enrollment right about now. But then you've heard all this knowledge and you hear about all these offerings that we have here. And then you're wondering now how we're going to pay for it. Before I talk to you about the payment of it, let me just a little announcement. I understand that we're overloaded on the Zoom platform. So just directing you or your friends, if you get knocked off, don't panic. You can always join us on YouTube at UCC Jamaica, right? We're there as well. You can join us on the YouTube platform if you get bounced off and can't get back onto the Zoom. So is not everybody going to have the amount of money to pay for everything one time? So at this time, I'm going to bring to the podium someone that I gather very, very personable, very, very relatable, and she understands more about the finances than anybody else I know. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mrs. Sadine Warner Malcolm, Senior SFS Manager.
Good afternoon, everybody. Okay, so. All right, so my name is Sudine Warner Malcolm, and today I'm here to talk about money. So when we decide to come to university, we know that money is one of the main, it is very important to our university journey, is it not? Right, because without the finances, it's gonna be a difficult journey. All right, and we don't want our journey at university to be difficult because we need to concentrate, we need to study, and we need to get the good grades. So we need to have the finances in order so that our journey is smooth and seamless. So today, I'm here from the Student Financial Services Department to talk about how we are gonna make your journey seamless. All right. So our role at Student Finance, our role is to provide students with their tuition costs. All right. Sometimes based on how the Orion platform is situated, you're not able to readily see what your tuition is, and we can provide you with that. All right. We provide information on the available plans that we have internally, because we have internal payment plans for students who are not able to pay their tuition in full. All right. We complete registration process. As Kimmy told you before, without us, your registration will not be complete. right? So once you have started the process of selecting your modules, the registration process will not be complete unless you have made a payment. The persons who are not paying in full, then they would have other means of paying their tuition. You can either pay, or your company can make your payment for you, or student loan can make your payment. However, whatever means you're using, the registration has to be complete. It must be complete by us. For students who are paying in full, if they go on the Orion platform, you can just pay your tuition, follow the steps, the registration steps, make your payment in full, and complete each semester. But based on my years at this institution, majority of our students, they really don't pay in full because, come on, we're living in serious times. And it's very difficult sometimes for us to just pick up 200, 300,000 per semester to just come and pay. Hence the reason why student finance is here. Hence the reason why we have student loan, because tuition is very expensive. Investing in your education is very expensive, all right? We at Student Finance, we provide invoices. So if it is that you need an invoice to take to a company, an institution who indicate that you're paying on your behalf, then we provide that documentation for you to take to them. So for you to request this document, what you can do, send us at Student Finance an email requesting your invoice. We prepare financial statements, right? So this is where after you have started the program, if you want to see what you have paid compared to what we have charged you, then we provide this document for you. And again, we provide financial letters, and these two documents, they're provided to you after you have started the program. So you cannot get a financial letter or a financial statement before starting the program. We also inform students of various payment options that we provide in the department. So all your financial needs, any question, you can email us, you can call us, and I'll give you all the contact information further down in the presentation. All right, we provide insight and clarity on all your financial needs and on your financial status. We provide all that for you. All right. Okay, so tuition costing. All right, so for the academic year, and when we provide tuition costing, we always advise students that these figures are subject to change. And currently, the registration process has not yet started. So these figures are tentatively. We're hoping they remain, but let us see. All right, so for online fees, for 3-credit module, the per module cost is $42,900, right? So that's for one 3-credit module, $42,900. For a 1-credit module, $14,300. For a 0-credit module, and Miss Rayang spoke about the 0-credit module that you'll be required to do, that some students will be required to do. So for those modules, for online, it's $21,450. And your annual miscellaneous fee is $20,000. So each student is required to pay this miscellaneous fee. It's mandatory. Mandatory. So I don't want nobody coming to the office. Why am I required to pay it? No. Miscellaneous fee, it's mandatory, and it's $20,000 for the academic year. And your academic year starts September and it goes to the next year, August. So for the academic year 2024, 2025, when you pay that $20,000 for September, it carries you for the next year, 2025, August, right? You don't pay it again until September of 2025. Got that? Right. If, for instance, you have completed your first year, 2024, 2025, and for your second year, okay, you did not start fall, and you are required to pay a miscellaneous fee for the academic year 2025, 2026. So say you did not come the fall of that year and you start 2026 January, you're still required to pay a miscellaneous fee, but it's gonna be prorated. So whenever semester you start, whichever semester you start in the academic year, you're gonna be required to pay that miscellaneous fee. So a lot of times we have students come in and they are saying that, oh, why am I required to pay a miscellaneous fee? I'm starting the semester, the semester in the middle of the year. Yes, you're still required. Even if you start the summer, even if you're doing one semester for the academic year, you are still required to pay that miscellaneous fee. All right? Okay, so for hybrid, and for these students, they're face-to-face. So your tuition is gonna be a little bit more. So as opposed to online, where each student pay $42,900 for a 3-credit module, for hybrid, you'll be required to pay $43,400 per 3-credit module, right? For a 1 credit, it will be $14,467, and for 0 credit, it will be $21,700. And that is if you're hybrid, if you decide to come to school face-to-face. All right, I'm not sure if there's anybody from the OECS online, but your tuition is on screen and you're required to pay $400 US per 3-credit module. For foundation modules, you're required to pay $200 US. For orientation, it's $133, and your other costs, your other charges are listed below. You're required to pay POC/PROC-to-U, technology fee, tutorial support fee, JAM copy license fee. Just as our local students are required to pay miscellaneous, basically those other charges are their miscellaneous fees. Next, we have our international students, and their 3-credit module cost, $750 US. Their foundation module cost, $375 US. Their administrative fee, personal accident fee, JAM copy, technology fee, library fee, those are all their miscellaneous fee listed. All right, so next we're gonna talk about how we calculate payment plans for students who decide to do our payment plan per semester. Because I can tell you, majority of our students, this is how they pay their tuition. They rather pay out of pocket. So if they're paying out of pocket, what they usually do is they usually benefit from our in-house payment plan that we have available, all right? So on screen, if you're doing 3-credit module per semester, and this is for part-time students. Full-time students usually sit 5 modules or more. But for part-time students, they would generally sit 3 modules per semester. So if a student is doing 3 modules per semester, right, the total for their module cost is $128,700, right? Their miscellaneous cost, $20,000, and this is for your first semester, right? Your total tuition for your first semester, if you're a part-time, doing 3-credit module would be $148,700. However, students are required to pay a minimum of 40% of their total module cost, plus their miscellaneous fee. So how the percentages work, you do the percentage of the $128,700, which is the total module cost. Then you add your miscellaneous fee. So that is what your deposit is, right? So what you would pay as a deposit with the current tuition cost is $51,480 plus your miscellaneous fee of $20,000. So your total deposit, $71,480. So if you want to do the payment plan for the semester, you would be required to pay a minimum of $71,480. You can pay more if you have it available, but minimum 71,480 based on the payment plan that we have available. So once this payment is made, your registration will be completed. Usually what we do, we give students 2 months to pay the balance. And we encourage students to always meet the payment deadline, because if you do not, there are consequences. Previously, it was a 12% interest charge. Now we're down to 7%. So registration, currently I don't have the registration dates available. Once, as it relates to the payment plan, So once that is available to us, we will send, Student Affairs would usually send it out to students so they know what dates they are looking at to pay their minimum amount or their total tuition. All right. So when we deduct the minimum deposit from the total tuition cost, then the balance, as I stated before, will be due within 2 months period. Students, I always encourage students when they come to me, do not wait until the last month to try and pay this amount. It can be challenging. Try to split it up. You have 2 months. So divide this amount over 2 months, right? So that you pay half the first month, you pay the next half the second month, so that the burden is not on you when the final month comes along. Because when the burden comes on you, then it's gonna be exam time. And then once it's exam time, you're gonna be running up and down. How am I gonna find all this amount to make payments? So to make things less challenging, split that amount. The best way you can do it, or it's how it's easiest for you. Just split the amount so that life can be easier for you. All right, so moving on to payment methods. Student can make payments on campus at the cashier using cards, debit cards, credit cards, and also manager's check. No cash is accepted for tuition. Please, students come all the time with a lot of cash to make payments. We do not encourage students to walk around with cash. That can be very unsafe. You can come with your card, go to the bank, get a manager's check to make payments. No cash is accepted at the cashier at UCC. We have BNS Online, NCB Online, and also JN. And all these payments are bill payments. When you go on your JN, NCB, your Scotia platform, you add UCC as a payee, it's gonna ask you for an account number. The account number is your student ID number, all right? You can also go to JN to make payment. I usually do not encourage this payment because there's a fee to it. But if it's convenient to you, you can go ahead to the JN Money Shop and make a payment. And there, the payment method that a lot of students love to use is the online platform on Orion. All right, on this platform though, you have to use a credit card. So if you have your Visa debit, you can use that method to make payments. And Cassandra and Maurice had spoken about it earlier. You saw where you go on the main Orion page, you select pay with card, you put in your information, you select what you're paying for, and you make your payment. Finally, these are contact information, email address, sfs@ucc.edu.jm. We encourage all students, when sending email to SFS, please ensure you include your student ID number. Without your ID number, we're unable, a lot of the times I'm seeing emails sent to us with just a receipt, and the bill payment receipt comes without an ID number. I don't know what to do with that receipt. A lot of persons, they do not send email from their student email address. So we're unable to assist. All right. Always ensure all emails include your student ID number. And these are extensions. So, you have to call the 906 3000 and you put in our extension 3920, 3978 to 80, 4078 8200. I thank you and welcome to UCC.
Thank you, Sidine. I may have to come and talk to you about a couple of things myself. I told you she was personable. She has that flair, that vibe, and it's happening. Remember, guys, if you're getting kicked off the platform, we are on YouTube at UCC Jamaica. Remember that. Not sure we're up on Facebook right now, but yes, definitely on YouTube if you're getting kicked off the Zoom platform. There's so many students trying to log on right now. We appreciate your time and your effort, but there are alternatives. Okay, so Sadine took you down the platform of those who want to do it out of pocket, but then there are just simply some students who can't do it out of pocket. So at this time, bringing to the podium Mr. Chevron Henry. He's going to tell you how you can finance your education through the SLB. Sir Chevron?
Right.
Chevron Harvey, I stand corrected.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. All right. So my name is not showing there, but my name is Chevron Harvey. And I'm from the Students Loan Bureau. Can I get a shout out, a little hooray, a little clap of hands, a little applause? Awesome. Awesome. So I'm from the Students Loan Bureau. And I don't know if you know, but I'm just going to say it for those who don't know, because sometimes we think we know, but we don't know that we don't know that we know. Okay? So I'm from the Students Loan Bureau, and what we do is to provide tuition funding for persons who are pursuing their tertiary level education. And these are Jamaican nationals, of course, who are pursuing their tertiary level education or in need of financing. Okay? So that is what we do. So it is for persons who need assistance with regards to their tuition, right? And sometimes we might be wondering, okay, what are the chances of getting through? Because the process can be so lengthy. I don't know. 99% of the persons who apply for SLB, they do benefit. 99% of the persons who apply, they do get a loan. 99% of the persons who apply receive a disbursement. 99% of the persons who apply complete school. 99% of the persons who apply graduate. Okay, can I go on? Can I continue? 99% of the persons who took SLB and complete school, they make a change. They made a change in their family, in their financial status. They repay their loan. Well, most. But most persons who apply for SLB, the bottom line is most persons who apply for the student loan, they do receive an approval. They do receive a disbursement, okay? So you don't have to worry. Now, we provide 3 loan products. One is a targeted loan facility. That is for persons who are pursuing their tertiary level education. Of course, your first degree, your bachelor's degree, it's a 4 years program or it's a 3-year program. Of course, the life of that loan is 3 years. 15 years. It can go up to 20 years depending on the program that you're doing. You also have a few other benefits that I will list and explain further with regards to this loan facility. But we also have the pay as you study loan facility. This is a PAYS loan. Now for the PAYS loan, for this loan facility, you pay this one while you're attending school. The interest rate is low as 6%. As our banner right here shows, the interest rate is literally 6%, up to $1 million per academic year. You have 7 years to repay. Now we have the targeted loan facility. Now this is for persons who, the postgraduate. Now this is for persons who are pursuing their postgraduate degree program. This is like your second degree, this is your master's. We do offer loan for that as well. Now the life of this loan is 5 years. The interest rate is 9.5%. You can get up to $1.8 million per academic year. Isn't that awesome? Awesome. Isn't that awesome? Wonderful. So For the targeted loan facility, it caters for persons, as I said, who are pursuing their bachelor's degree, and borrowers are not required to repay their loan until after 14 months, really. 14 months after completing their program of study. So basically, the life of the loan is like 15 years. You have your time in school, entire time in school, 4 years in school. Let's say you spend 4 years in school, right? You have 14 months after you complete your program of study. And let's say you finish about May, June, thereabout. You won't be required to start making payments until about next year, September. That's September the 1st of September 2025. I think that's really good news. That's sufficient time for you to build some stability financially, and so you can actually help out your family and also help to repay your loan. Isn't that good? Probably in the process you can even try and get a car. Wonderful. Yeah. So you receive 100% of the tuition funding from us. That's what we provide. So it's up to $1 million per academic year. We haven't heard of much programs at this point in time that are over $1 million. So you don't have to worry. You can still go ahead and submit your application. Okay. Borrowers really get 15 to 20 years, and that's 20 years is really for persons who are pursuing their medicine or they're pursuing law. So for those particular programs, we offer up to 20 years. Now, one of the lowest interest rates in Jamaica, we offer that. It is 7.8 while in school and 9.5 while in repayment. And you can search and you can seek, but you'll not find that anywhere else on the island, okay? Also, you can access up to $1 million per academic year. I speak of that already. Now, another good news is that you do not need any guarantor. So about a year or two back, awesome. I like that applause. You do not need no guarantor at all. About a year or two back, you definitely need a guarantor to at least complete the application. And that was a struggle on the borrower's end. That was a struggle for applicants who want to pursue their degree, want to pursue this, and who definitely need the funds. But we hear the cry and we hear the concerns, and so no guarantor is required for this upcoming academic year. No guarantor at all. Okay, the application period usually begins in April. It is currently open. It has been open since the 5th of this month. So you can visit us on www.slbja.com. That's on www.slbja.com. And it's in the chat, so you can visit our website, select applications as registration, and start the application process as soon as possible. It's quick and easy, no guarantor. You'd upload a few documents. You would not be required to submit contract documents as yet. You upload the documents, submit the application, make the payment for the fees. Okay? Now, this is for the Pay As You Study loan facility. This is a PAYS loan. It is targeted really for persons who are employed, professionals who wish to continue their education, who wish to pursue a bachelor's degree. Okay, you can access up to $1 million per academic year. Repayment is also via salary deduction. So your place of employment would have to facilitate salary deduction for you to actually benefit for this loan. Okay, the interest rate is 6%. You have 7 years to repay. No guarantor is also required for this one. I don't know who is hearing this, but no guarantor is required for this one. The interest rate is 6% per annum, 7 years to repay. Okay, and this is for the Pay As You Study loan facility. So you repay while you're attending school. Now, for the Pay As You Study loan facility, let's say for a monthly installment or for a tuition amount of $282,000, your monthly installment can be as low as $4,800. That's Jamaican, not US. Okay, guys? That is Jamaican, not US. I don't see a reason for you not to go to school because of financial reasons. If it's for financial reasons, we are here. Students Loan Bureau is here to really assist you. We're here to give you that push, that cushion for you to focus on your study financially. Okay, guys? So up next is, how do I apply for SLB loan? The first step is to visit us via our website at www.slbja.com. It's also in the chat, so you can go ahead and select that. So click on the Apply Online tab to access our customer portal. You select Sign Up, and on the portal, you would complete the registration process with an active email address and an active mobile number. Now, this email address and mobile number will carry you will go throughout your time in school. For example, if it's 4 years, then this is what you'll use for the 4 years, over the 4 years to complete your application. If you're going to apply for the following year, so you're going to use it continuously. Okay? A one-time password, which is an OTP, will be sent to your email address and a mobile number. You then log in by entering your credentials on the landing page, select new loan, and after selecting new loan, you select the loan type, which is either one of these: the targeted loan, the pay-as-you-study loan facility, or the postgraduate. Okay? Now, once you select the loan type, you complete the online application and upload the relevant documents. So just for you to input a few information, some of the information will be pre-filled, some of the information that you input as well. Step 4. So now it's for you to make payment of the fees. So you pay the fees via our customer portal as well. Once you log in with your credentials, you get to the landing page, you should see fee payment. You can go ahead and select fee payment, make the payment there on our customer portal. Payments via customer portal, you can also make payments via Bill Express or Paymaster, but it's preferred that you make payments via our customer portal, as the payments will take at least 24 hours to 48 hours to reflect. Okay? Now, providing that you would have completed all of those steps, now it's for you to submit the contract documents. Okay? So you'd submit the required loan documents to SLB office via our Dropbox facility or the customer service. And kindly note that you may also use Dropbox at your institutions. We have schools that assist with document collections, but I'm supposing that UCC is just around. We're just around the corner, so you can just stop by our office and utilize our customer service. But as soon as Dropbox is open, definitely you can go ahead and drop off documents through that via that medium. Now, what are the documents that are required? Now, let me just backtrack a little bit. Anybody want to give me some ideas as to what do you think some of the required documents would have been? Even though I gave you a glimpse a while ago. Go ahead. Definitely. So you need a birth certificate. That's one. You definitely need your TRN, your tax registration number. That's very important. You'd also need one passport size photograph. You'd also need a valid ID in the form of a passport, driver's license, or national voter's ID. Your birth certificate, as my dear friend said. Address verification. If it is that you do not have a utility bill in your name or a bank statement in your name, what you could do is to utilize our address verification form via our website. You can actually have that downloaded, have it to be signed and certified by a justice of the peace, then complete. Also, you'd also need to sign a credit bureau form. In other words, a consent form. Okay, that will be provided by us via the portal. So you'll be able to generate that document, download, sign, certified, print, sign, certified, then afterwards you'll upload these set of documents. So these set of documents will be uploaded firstly in the application process. So you would not necessarily be required to come in office as yet. So once you upload them, you submit the application, that's it for these. Also, for the person who is financially responsible for you, you definitely need to submit a proof of income. This can either be a job letter or the last 3 payslip. This person now is not a guarantor. It's just someone who is financially responsible for you. We just need information with regards to your household. Okay? So it is not a guarantor. I'm anticipating that question later. So what are some of the advantages of SLB? We offer, of course, one of the lowest interest rates, some of the lowest interest rate island-wide for tuition loans. For tuition loans and for interest rate as well. We offer some of the lowest interest rate, which is at least 6% per annum and can be as low as 4% if conditions applied. Okay. Also for the moratorium phase, no, a lot of these institutions, you can apply, but guess what? You're gonna have to repay the following month or within the following month, because the first installment sometimes will have to come out of your pay or come out of that application. But for us, SLB, we give you at least 14 months before you actually start making payments, and this is for the targeted loan facility. Okay, so we give you a moratorium phase, which means moratorium actually means hold. Okay, we offer grants up to $60,000 per academic year. I have friends who have benefited from this grant consecutively. have benefited from this granting aid, that have assisted them with regards to their studies, that have assisted them with regards to getting materials, getting transportations, and so on. And also no collateral required. We do not need your house, car, or land for the SLB or for you to be approved for this loan facility. Okay? We do not need any of those. We will not come for your house, as that was displayed in the cleanup. We will not come for your house. We will not come for your car. We will not come for anything that you own or possess. Okay, so no collateral is required. Okay? Concessions offered by the SLB is like, for example, 35% discount or reduction in the processing fee that is for the application, which is about $6,250. Okay, so this is for person who are on the PATH program. Once you're on the PATH program, you get a 35% reduction in the processing fee or the application fee rather for children who are of public sector workers, which means that your parents are public sector worker. You benefit from a 1% reduction also in the interest rate. So this interest rate, which is 7.8%, will be 6.8% during school. And let me see here. So repeat. Exactly. So that's 8.5 in repayment. You benefit from a 1% discount in the interest rate. Okay. Now for persons who are, and you also benefit from a 35% discount in the processing fee as well. That is the same application fee, which is $6,250. For students who apply and qualified for the JAMVAT program, you'll also receive 70% of their tuition. You will receive 70%, as 30% would have been satisfied by the Ministry of Education. Now, for persons who are in good standing, and you might be wondering what is good standing, this good standing promotion has been going on for the past 2 years, and it means that if you've been maintaining a good GPA, and this is a GPA of 2.5% or over, you'll benefit from a 2% reduction in your interest rate over time. Now, if you also maintain a good standing in repayment, your interest rate will also will be reduced to at least 7.5%. Okay? So with conditions, the interest rate can also be lowered, even with the lower interest rate of 9.5%. Okay? So borrowers who are permanently employed to a registered charity for at least 1 year, will also benefit from a 10% debt forgiveness. Isn't that good news? Yes, it's for persons who are in good standing. Now, what's next? What's next is for you to apply today. Apply today. And we here at the Students Loan Bureau, we want to bridge the gap between your dreams and reality. We want to help you fund your tuition. We want to help you fund your dreams. We want to help fund your visions and drive your family to a better future, and brighter future that is. Okay? So you can just visit us at www.slbja.com. And that's www.slbja.com. It is in the chat. You can follow us there. We're also on Instagram. We're on WhatsApp. We're on Facebook. And you can just go ahead and send us all your queries and questions. We're willing to help you and assist you along the way. We want to help make your future a brighter and better one. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you, Chevron. That's Harvey, right? Yes, Chevron Harvey. Thank you, sir, for the SLB update. We very much appreciate it. So I have one more presentation for you. You are not alone. UCC is here with you. Come down, show them that we are here for them and how we are here for them. Welcome, please, Miss Dion Cleary from the Student Support Services.
Hello, good evening. My name is Diane Cleary. I'm from the DSS. All right, so my director is not here today, so I will be filling in for him, which is Gary McKenzie. All right, so I have online my other colleague, which is Onildo. Onildo, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. Hello, 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 online, face to face, wherever you are in Jamaica, across the world. I'm calling from the United States at the moment, and I'll be visiting you pretty soon and hope to meet you on campus face to face, live and in action come September, right? In the meantime, I'll allow Miss Claire to give a few updates in terms of our scholarships that closes this month, but primarily for other support services provided by Student Support. For general support, we have our general support line at studentaffairs@ucc.edu.jm. If we're in need of counseling services, we're also here for you. For scholarships, Miss Claire would advise. For academic advisement, support in terms of getting to that next step, we are here for you. For students with disabilities, if you're having any academic challenges or any ability that affects your academic progress, we're here to support your regard as we continue to support all student services in the future. So with no further ado, I'll hand over to Ms. Clary and she'll continue with UCC scholarships.
Thank you for that, O'Neill. We in DSS, we offer scholarship. And our scholarship is not pertaining to you pay us back money, like the, sorry, SLB, Students Loan Bureau. Some of our scholarship that we offer is the First Generation, Pathfinder, Helping Hand, Trailblazer, the Janet Davis Memorial, Dr. Winston Adams. Okay, so the first one is the First Generation. This one is applicant must be the first generation in their family to attend the university. And also the Pathfinder, applicant should be a recent high school graduate or a UCC diploma, meaning which we have a diploma here at UCC. That's the sixth form. UCCA, right? That's the UCCA. So for the Helping Hand, an applicant whose education has been interrupted, sometimes we do have financial problem and we have to stop for 1 year or 2 years, you can apply for this one. For the Trailblazer, applicant should be a continuous student at UCC, do their bachelor degree. The Janet Davis scholarship is a scholarship of memory of her. So this one is, the scholarship is a student who is find him or herself in financial difficulty also. For the Dr. Winston scholarship, the person have to attend bare technical in order to achieve this scholarship. Okay, so the requirements are you have to have a recent passport size picture, UCC acceptance letter. If you're employed, you have to have a copy of your salary or pay slip. 2 reference from either a JP, an employer, or your lecturer. Also, if the applicant is current student or continuous, you have to get a report from the head of department. You have to have a copy of your high school graduate certificate, a copy of your CXC result. You have two essays to be completed when you're applying for our UCC scholarship. And if it is evidence that you do community service before, you can also upload it. If not, you just leave it. Okay, so we assist the Ministry of Labor with the PAT grant. So these persons who coming from high school and are on the PAT grant, we assist them to get the PAT grant from the ministry. Okay, so this is our link, the link for the scholarship, which is ucc.edu.jm/scholarship. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right. So thank you very much, Ms. Clary, for the update on scholarships. Right now, we're going to get into the Q&A, the question and answer segment. I do want to just say, though, since we were just looking at scholarships and SLB and all these things, that we do have an SLB desk hub here at the Worthington campus, UCC. The information is in the chat. You can get more updates on that. But just so you know, you don't have to go to SLB. You can come right here at the Worthington campus on UCC to get some more information and apply for your SLB loan if you are so inclined. Gonna open the floor right now to the question and answers. I'm gonna invite back Mr. Siobhan, Ms. Yan, Sadine, Dion, and Mrs. Ray. She gets a chance to come back. Or no, in this case, I'll take Miss Hunter, who is also. Yeah, you have it.
All right. Good afternoon, and thanks to everyone who have remained on the webinar so far, both on Zoom and on YouTube. So to kick off our Q&A this afternoon, the first question will be directed to our SLB representative, Mr. Chevron Harvey. And we have a message coming in asking, how long does approval take for targeted loans?
Well, there's no set time really. It really depends on the applicant and how quickly they can complete the application. But the application process can be completed. It's throughout phases. You can complete your application within at least 24 to 48 hours, if providing that you have all the required documents, providing that you have all the required information at hand. The application can be completed within 24 or 48 hours. With regards to disbursement, though, that will take some time. Once you complete the application, however, it is between us and the school from there on. Okay, so the application is quick. It's quite easy for you to complete. Afterwards, it's between us and the school from there.
All right, thank you so much. And a reminder that we do have an SLB help desk here at the UCC, located in the SFS, Student Financial Services Department. And you can always speak with your recruiter, your onboarding recruiter, for additional information. Our next question goes over to, and I think I'm going to stay a little bit with you, Mr. Harvey. When is the application deadline to be able to apply for the SLB PAY, I guess they mean S loan?
Okay.
His loan.
So there's no deadline as yet for this loan facility. There's no deadline at all. So once the portal is open, which it is, you can go on the website and start the application process. We're still accepting application. There's no deadline as it for either one of our loan facilities. So there's still time. But for their loan to be processed and for disbursement to take place as early as possible, I would encourage you to go ahead and start the application journey.
All right, thank you so much. Our next question goes over to Mrs. Sudine Warner Malcolm from the SFS department. The question is, how soon after making the first payment should we pay the balance?
I am assuming they're talking about the payment plan.
Yes, I'm going to assume that as well.
All right, so for the payment plan, once you have paid your deposit and you get registered, you have 2 months to pay the balance. All right, say for instance, for the fall registration, if registration goes up until August 31st, right? That's the end of registration and you have paid your deposit and you get registered. You are now required to pay the balance on your tuition by October 28th, right? So if your tuition is 150,000 and you pay 100,000 August 31st, By October 28th, you're required to pay that $50,000 balance.
All right, thank you. And the follow-up question here is, do I have to pay the miscellaneous fees along with the cost for the selected modules?
If you're paying in full, yes, you're required to pay your full tuition. The miscellaneous fee is considered a part of your tuition. So that full tuition is required to pay. If you're doing the payment plan, you're required to pay your 40% on your total module cost plus your miscellaneous. It must be paid on the deposit, not afterwards, but on the deposit of your tuition.
All right, thank you. I'm going to keep you there for another second. Another question here. So can we decide to make some payments toward the principals separately before a moratorium is up? And actually, this is for Mr. Harvey. Mr. Harvey, could you please join us once more? Thank you. Can they decide to make payments towards the principals separately before the moratorium is up?
Well, initially, what will happen is that the amount that is accumulating on the loan in moratorium would actually be the principal in repayment. But what you can do, we do encourage customers, if you're able to, though they're not required to start making payments during the moratorium phase, you can go ahead and make payments, and we do encourage that you go ahead and make payments if you are able to at least try and avoid. If you wish not to avoid, if you wish to avoid repayment, go ahead and make payments. You can actually close the loan before you actually enter repayment. So it's up to you, it's your choice. We do encourage that you do so.
All right, thank you so much. At this time, I'm going to invite Mrs. Kimian Reagan to the lectern. Next questions are for you. Are elective courses allowed, and how do they fit into the course selection process? Electives.
All right, so elective courses for new students, we don't reach electives yet. So maybe it's a different word. Repeat.
All right. So as new students, you will not be selecting any electives at this time. The next question that they have for you, if I have work, can I choose to only do exams online? And also a follow-up question with regards to the selection of modules. How is it done for full-time students versus part-time students?
All right, so I'll take the first question as it relates to exams. Now, we are entering into a hybrid approach where you will come in on campus for some days and online for some days. Mid-semester exams are done online. End of term semester exams are done face-to-face. Means that you must come on campus in order to sit your exams. If it is that you're overseas, then you'll be exempted and do your exams online.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. And this question is really asking who is the coordinator for general studies and behavioral sciences. We did post that information in the chat, but since you're there, you can go ahead and respond.
All right, so for the general studies department, there is Miss Jody and Antoine and also Miss Shanique.
All right, thank you so much. I'm going to move over to Mrs. Ray at this time, and this is actually a question for admissions. I have received the acceptance letter, and the school is in receipt of my transcript from my previous university. What is the next step as it relates to transferring the credits?
All right, that's a great question, because once we are in receipt of your official transcript, then the admissions team will actually do an evaluation. I know earlier the team had mentioned on the TV show that typically what they do is assess to see if you are eligible for advanced standing or for transfer credits. And so once that takes place, then it determines, do I start at year 1? Do I start at year 2 or year 3? But your acceptance letter will specify and indicate to you where your starting point will be. But the point is you are being considered for advance or transfer credits.
All right. Thank you so much, Mrs. Ray. I'm going to go over to Sudeen Warner Malcolm. Even though it's a question regarding student loan, but it's how we process applications here. So if a student loan is going to fund the tuition for those who apply for student loan, would the loan be processed and paid before classes start in September? So you could maybe walk them through what happens after they apply with the Student Loan Bureau and how we process them here at the UCC.
Sure.
Thank you.
So after your application is done and you're approved by the Bureau, what they do, they send us a listing of all the students who are approved, and we complete registration pending payment. That is
All
it.
right.
So if you're SLB students, all you need to do, and you got an email that, oh, you're approved, all you need to do, reach out to Student Finance. Let us know that I'm an SLB recipient and I would like to get registered. Let
Oh.
me tell you though, for SLB recipients, you are required to pay your miscellaneous fee and also your core modules. So if you're getting SLB and you are doing core modules, core math, English for academic purposes, and fundamentals of accounts, you are required to cover these costs. So once these are paid, if you're doing them in the first semester, you're required to pay these plus your miscellaneous fees. And yes, we do provide payment plan for the core modules as well, but not for the miscellaneous fee. You're required to pay your miscellaneous fee upfront.
All right. Thank you so much. And Mrs. Reagan, this is a final question for you. Will registration only, selection of module, will it only be on July 7th?
Great question. So July 7th is early registration. We go all the way up until August, I believe, August 25th. Let me say August. So July, early registration. By we reach August, that's late registration, but you want to start registering now.
Thank you so much. And just to reiterate what she has said, Mrs. Ray also want to add something to what she has shared.
Thanks much. So I just wanted to add that once registration begins, a great answer, on July 7th, then that's the early registration period that ends August 14th. And during that period, new students can benefit from a 15% tuition discount if they select 3 or more 3 credit classes. So more on that, but just to make that point, and then registration, normal registration now continues from August 15th until the 25th. All right, so take advantage of that to help you to be able to pay your tuition.
All right, thank you. And final question here for this afternoon. Does online students get to run for elections and participate in campus activities?
Actually, I'm loving that question because yes, whether you are online or you are a face-to-face student or doing hybrid, as mentioned earlier, you are eligible to be a student council representative or take part in that elective process, as well as take part in student affairs and clubs. So yes, the online doesn't preclude you from taking part in those events.
All right, thank you so much, Mrs. Ray. And that would be it for me. I'm Donna Hunter, Recruitment and Enrollment Supervisor here at the UCC. And we ask that you direct any additional questions you have to your onboarding recruiter, or you could send me a WhatsApp at 822-6838, and your questions will be answered. Now over to you, Mr. Tolo.
Thank you very much, Miss Hunter. I do appreciate appreciate the baton change. Well, we would like to thank you on behalf of recruitment and enrollment that we had this forum for you, this pre-registration, to let you know of our registration rules and processes. So just remember, registration opens on the 7th of July. Orientation day is the 25th of August, and classes commence on the 8th of September. We do want to wish you all the very best and look forward to working with you for the upcoming semester. Thank you. Thank you, panelists. Really appreciate you all.